railway system here in Taipei. I would like to start with an overview about the German railway system and also a little bit a comparison, where are we now at the moment here in Taiwan and in Germany. I will go through 7 points, starting with Taiwan and Germany, and then going through different aspects that are important for railways. Yeah, from operation control, maintenance, up to the so-called 4.0. I have to get familiar with this one. Can we go back to the overview? Thank you. Our new long-distance service concept, and of course smart solutions for the passengers, as we all need to attract passengers and freight clients with our railway. Yeah, let's go to that map a little bit. It is a little bit scaled up, so Taiwan and Germany looks similar from the size, and this has the consequence that the network of Taiwan looks a little bit small compared to Germany. However, you have to consider the size of the countries. Yeah, when you look to Germany, this is the German network. Yes. In Germany, the main difference is there is no sea around it. We only have sea here in the north, and also in the Benelux states in this area. And in Germany, we have this big traffic flows through the country. They are coming from the seaports, going to Swiss, and going to Austria and Italia, and so on. So we have a big international traffic on the network, and then in addition, the network of Germany, domestic transport in passenger and freight. And on Taiwan, I think this is not the latest slide. Is missing the Taiwan high speed, of course, and the logo. Sorry for that. One important line in Taiwan is the high speed that is connecting north and south of the country. Yeah, and from these different requirements of the countries, of course, the development of the country and of the national railway system is a little different. However, if you look to the development, it starts similar, of course, with the steam locos, and as Minister Chen mentioned, you started with the German locomotive, and we already started with the synergy in these early years. Yeah, we started 1835 in those times. We were supported by the UK because they were a little bit earlier, and then you could benefit from the German technology from that railway. I mentioned a few points in the Taiwanese history, however you know it much better than me. I just found that Allison Railway, Forest Railway, and I took it on the agenda for the next trip because this alignment here through the mountain, to climb up the mountain, it's really impressive, and even the Swiss Mountain Railway look a little bit jealous to that railway. Yes, we have the Taiwan Railway Administration founded the tunneling as a major step, and of course then the Taiwan high-speed railway, and now the modernization, huge investments into the Taiwan railway system. In Germany, we started 1835 with the first steam locomotive, with the first railway line. We had the first national railway in 1920. Before that, we were separated into different states. After the Second World War, there were 2 countries, so 2 railways, and 1994 we came back together, and today we are, as DB, an international company in logistics, in railway business. And you will see later on that we are at a similar phase here. Also in Germany, we do major refurbishment, renovate our network and so on, as you are now planning it in Taiwan. DB International, and formerly known as DE Consult, has a long history in Taiwan, and we did a major contribution to the operation and the development of the Taiwan high-speed rail. We are still here, especially with the Nangang extension, to support that project. And the second part, we are working on the LRT projects with a small portion of international input. But we are here in Taiwan, and we are happy to continue on these projects and, of course, on others as well. DB International is the subsidiary of Deutsche Bahn, a 100% government-owned company, and we have a history since 1966. We've been working in many countries of the world. You see the red countries. There are only a few left, and some will probably never get red, like Greenland. And Taiwan is, of course, red. So I have to learn that it's the other button. Yeah, current status of Deutsche Bahn. Our group is separated into 3 business units. The first one is the passenger company, where we have the long distance, the regional transport, and the international railway, DB Arriva, doing in Europe and a little bit outside of Europe operations of passenger lines. We have the transport and logistics sector, DB Schenker, with Schenker Rail, operating in Europe and the Middle East, and Schenker Logistics, doing worldwide business, also here in Taiwan. On the other hand, we have the infrastructure companies operating the tracks, operating the stations, and providing the power supply for the German network and rail facilities. Let's have a look to the operation strategy. Sorry. That was not run. Now, I need to continue here. Railway in Germany, DB, our main concept is we have passenger transport and logistics, and the infrastructure as the backbone in Germany. When we look to the numbers, DB is organized as a shareholder company. However, we are not at the stock market. We are 100% owned by the government. But as to this organization, we have a balance sheet as other companies also. And you can see we have a turnover of around 40 billion euro. The main portion of the business comes from Schenker Logistics, the international activities, and from the regional transport in Germany. We are profitable with a profit about 2 billion. This year, for several reasons, it will fall slowly, slightly below the 2 billion euros. And we have about 300,000 employees, most of them also working in the logistics business. Yeah, we in DB do a lot of research and work for the future. How have we to develop the railway network? And this is a big map of trends and opportunities which are clustered in the global economy, in the customer view, with the government side, and the society. And from this, we also, you see here are some overlaps, like the oil shortage, and also active citizens who want to do more involved, who are with digital medium, with smartphones, so every time they know exactly what happens. Yeah. So we have to work as a railway out of these major trends, which I don't want to mention in detail, it's an own presentation. But we took out 3 cores into our strategy. The first is we want to be profitable market leader on the economic side. Of course, we need to be profitable. And the second is we want to be a top employer. Formerly, DB wasn't recognized as a very well employer, but we changed that, and our ranking is going up, and we still have a little bit to move, but we are on a good way, because especially in Germany, we have a shortage on really qualified, skilled people, and it's a competitor of the employers. And third is the eco-pioneer on the environment. We do a lot to reduce our climate, our carbon footprint, reduce noise, using a lot of renewable energies. Now let's go into the real railway topics. what is our operation control system? So Germany is a country compared to Taiwan, it's big. Compared to China, it's a small village. And we have seven regions within our railway, and all these have regional control centers. So everything is managed there. Of course, due to our history, we have many old signal boxes outside, so it is not everything centralized, but in a few years we will manage the operation for the whole region in each of these centers, which operate between 4,000 and about 6,000 kilometers of tracks. And we have a very complex network, so if you have a problem in Munich in the morning, in the noon you will have it in Hanover, because we have a very interconnected network. So that's the big challenge. And to manage that challenge, I said we have 7 operation controlling centers. They do the scheduling, the analysis, dispatch, coordinate, and of course control with the safety relevance. They manage the technical installations, of course, all on site, and manage maintenance and disturbances and so on. So these 7 control centers have one German network control centers, and the network control center is checking for the whole traffic in Germany. So as I said, if there's a problem in Munich in the morning, they can already prepare that the problem will go to Hanover in the afternoon and do mitigation measures to reduce the consequences. Yeah, Germany, as I said, we have a big network, and we have also liberalized railway. So German Railway DB is one company, is the infrastructure operator, but there are about 300 companies on the network in Germany operating on our tracks for access fee. And for internal use, but also for third parties, every railway company can see the status of its train for all of Germany, to monitor their own track and also to manage consequenting measures. For example, if the train is delayed, the locomotive driver must be replaced. And there we have the full network. It's monitored there already, and independent from the technology outside, from the signaling technology. Yeah, let's go to the maintenance strategy. In Germany, we face a little bit troubles as the network is big and the investment in many years wasn't as high as it should have been. So we developed the so-called 3I strategy. It's German words. In English, it's invest. Yeah, there's no way around invest. Maintenance and integration. And the aim of punctuality, that was is still our problems, that we have influence on the punctuality, the productivity, in order to improve the network performance, and of course also has an economic consequence at the end to improve the pricing, be more efficient, be more competitive. So we created our production in the circle with maintenance, prevention, invest, and also integrated operation and maintenance much better, and created programs to schedule, for example, the maintenance of a line into one big measure. In earlier times we did the bridge here, we changed the turnout at another station, we changed the signaling at the third station, and today we take the whole line and bundle all the maintenance measures. Then it's more efficient from the doing, because we can tender it once, and also from the impact on operation. Maybe we have closed the whole weekend for the line, but after that it's done for many years. So we have much more invest. It's 28 additional. It's at the end it's more than 50 billion euro in the. That's wrong, that number, just wrong. 44 plus 7 billion euro investment in the next years, 2015 to 2019. And it's measures in track work, measures in bridges, in tunneling, so really pure infrastructure for improvement and improve the performance. Yeah, Dr. Strack in his presentation, he will tell you later on this today a little bit more about our infrastructure measures. Yeah, what else we do? We also invest in the rolling stock maintenance and, for example, in new workshops. This is a workshop for the new ICE train, and it's a model workshop, yeah, to be a pioneer for new design with regard to environment. You see the solar panels on the roof. You don't see the grounding and the, how you call it, the heating from the earth. We did everything that is available. Of course, it's not the cheapest one, but we took everything that is available to show it in that workshop. Also with regard to the employees, there are big training facilities in, and so on. So this workshop is planned by DB International. DB International, although it's our name, International, we still have a big portion of business in Germany, also to ensure the interaction between German and international business. Yeah, what else are the maintenance trends in Germany? What else we do? Let's go to the next slide. One important part is the rolling stock maintenance, but this is directly interacted with the infrastructure. So what we do monitor wheel set wayside. Yeah, we have online transmission of data. It's in progress at the moment, but the progress is quite good. So that you see every minute what is the condition of that train. Does it feel healthy or not? The train by itself. There's no driver or so who has to give the message to the control center or to the maintenance center. Yeah, that also a diagnosis on train here for traction, also for the overhead line on regular trains, optic diagnosis of damages on the roof. So if the train goes into the workshop, we are now implementing it that the train is already checked automatically by optic systems. And wheel diagnosis, ultrasonic testing, and light session. This is something we did some years ago as we had some troubles with the wheel sets. And this is a circle where we are in a continuous improvement. We invest a lot into the modernization of these systems, to get ahead of the maintenance, to predict what will happen tomorrow, how long does that wheel set survive, and just before it happens, take it out and change it. Yeah, the long-distance service concept. In Germany, we have a change in the recent 2 years. The bus market for long-distance buses was out before that. It wasn't allowed to offer these services. Now everyone can run long-distance buses. This made a big problems to the railway because especially the price-sensitive passengers moved to the buses, and we had to think about what to do. The first solution was to reduce the network, reduce the train, but the conclusion was if we would have gone to that solution, it would be a circle down. Yeah, you cut that train, you lose again passengers, you cut the next train, at the end your railway is dead. So we said it's the other way around. We have to go in front, we have to invest and make the network more attractive for passengers. So we have the existing ICE network that we will even make more dense and make trains every one, and no, it's not written here, maybe every 30 minutes for some lines. And the key is to add a second tier network and make it more dense as it has happened, or as it was many years before. For example, to offer direct connections from a smaller town here to a smaller town there, with a little bit lower level than the ICE high-speed trains, but with very comfortable and more cheap trains. So we will implement this until 2030, so it takes a while. There are also infrastructure measures connected with with it, but we are convinced that that will be a big benefit for the customers and attract many people to come back or to come to the railway for the first time. Yeah, then at the moment we have a so-called sprinter network, an express network. At the moment it's not really a network, it's between Frankfurt and Berlin and a few trains to Hamburg where we run non-stop services. We extend this network with having non-stop trains between major cities to reduce the travel time. I know you have that in Taiwan as well, between Taipei and Kaohsiung. You have the express train running non-stop and also the others taking some stops. So we took that over and apply it to a bigger network in Germany. Yeah, what about 4.0? 4.0 is used for many, in many areas. We can say railway 4.0 for everything, but railway is always a collection of different disciplines, and the key is to get these disciplines connected and work in the best way. So when we take back or go back to the customer's trains, what are the keys that are relevant for our railways? The digital life. Yeah, everyone wants to see on the smartphone, when will the train arrive? What is my connection? This is one of the key, and we have to make the people feel comfortable. We have apps for quite a long time. The Deutsche Bahn app with the timetable is the most used app in Germany, by the way. But this is not enough now. We need to go further. Yeah. Then there are transport innovations. One is, of course, on the CO2 emission side, environmental side. Self-driving cars will come. But what are we doing on the railways to make the innovations? A lot of the things are not seen in the public, as it is technology behind signaling systems and so on. But also the passengers, that was also part of that, or a result of it, they want to see the innovation. What is the railway doing? Yeah, the network transportation, it's not only going into the train at station A and leave it at station B. It is the network where they want to go out of their house and then be transported wherever they want to go and be directly dropped off at the door of their mate or whoever it is. So what we do is interact it much more, and there are also projects together, for example, with BMW. So if you drive the car, the nice BMW, and you see there's a big traffic jam ahead, then the navigation system will read you to the next station and recommend you to take the train to the destination because it will be more fast and more comfortable and avoid that big traffic jam. So these are the categories which are now working. It's very complex, and of course different stakeholders have different interests, but we put a lot of effort to this. And then there's a thing called intelligent simplicity. You can see it in the software development. Yeah? In early times with the first personal computers, it was quite complicated with the DOS and so on to get on it. And today in the app, yeah, everyone can do it, even a 3-year-old baby. Yeah? So this is some of the experience that the people did. Many things are more simple, and this is also something they want to have in the transportation sector, in their mobility chain, and they also are willing to pay for it. Another part or another example for that environmental issue, because it's especially in Germany, but I see it even in other countries, it's more and more in the discussion. I was in India a few days ago, and the newspaper were full of pollution, smog, and environmental technology. So it's spreading around the world, and even countries with a high pollution status are now in the progress to improve it. So this is, for example, green stations similar to the green workshop with completely solar roofs and so on, where we use the measures that we can use by, for example, LED lighting technology. Most of the stations have the conventional one, and today we use LED to save it, use solar panels, use other measures to improve it. It costs a little bit of money, but at the end, considering the positive effects on attracting passengers, it helps to push our system. So these are the 4.0 trends in the overview. I talked a lot about the mobility issue. The IT is directly connected to it, but not only towards the passengers, also internally, and railways, they are somehow complicated animals, and we have to do something to make them more simple, more faster. And this is, for example, that the train drivers, locomotive drivers in Germany, they now have all their tablets to get the information, don't need the big paperwork anymore, and there are many processes behind that. Work 4.0 is the same or similar with that, connected. People want to be online every time, want to see it, and want to also have more flexible working times and so on. This is difficult in railways for the operational staff, because there we have fixed timetables, but we can do it on the scheduling, yeah? Making wish scheduling, that the people can say, I would like to work on Saturday night, for whatever reason, and this man can do it, and the others can't do it. So we have in Germany many Muslims, for example, Turkish people, they don't care about Christmas, yeah? They are happy to work on Christmas, get additional public holiday allowances, and the German people, they don't want to work. So you can implement it in the shift system, and the people will be more happy. Infrastructure 4.0, that's mainly what I talked about when I talk about operation control, as is the maintenance managing, to know the infrastructure. How does it feel? How does that turnout feel? To get all the data, get it connected, and manage it more and more automatically. Logistics 4.0, that's something of DB Schenker. In Germany and in many countries in the world, we have more and more online shopping, and it must go faster, and the people want to have the package here, want to have it at work, and so on, and that's solutions where we have to work on. Production 0, that's especially in the maintenance workshops a key issue. I think we will have major developments there. So we started already in some workshops not to use the parts of the supplier. We print them with 3D printer. Yeah, with the new IC or the modern trains, we have a lot of plastic areas around just to make it nice. And you can print them easily with 3D printing, but even other materials are possible to do it with 3D printing. The vision is, don't have a warehouse, just print the part on time. It won't work for everything, of course, but for many parts we can do it, and it will simplify our life, our production life. Let's have a small look to the passengers. Digitalization, we talked a lot about it. So this is our app. At the moment we still have several apps. We are currently on the way to unify it so that you can do everything here. I think this is standard already worldwide. And we have launched also a portal called Quixit that combines all modes of transport. We are operating DB car sharing. We are one of the biggest car fleet operators in Germany, just to allow the people to get from the station to a target that is not connected by public transport, or for people who are not don't feel convenient to use local transport services. We have also a big bike fleet, they call a bike service, and this is not only a business, it's also a big marketing item, because these bikes have big DB logos on it, and you see it in all major cities, many of them, so the people see the DB logo every few minutes. So this is the touch and travel system. It's very simple. You just open it, you push the button, I start the trip, and you push the button, I'm at the destination. The app will track where you are. You take the bus, you take the regional train, the high-speed train, at the end the tramway, and at the end it will show you the ticket price and take it from your credit card, how it will be paid. So this is very convenient, so you don't need to think about how to get which ticket in advance or go to different ticket machines or office or so on. This is the Quicksit app. I show an example here. If you just want to go from A to B, you enter it, and then it shows you the connections. Here it is bicycle, train, and then a regional train. And there are other options: walk, take another train, and use the car sharing. There's also a flight option. This is the shortest one, or the shared car solution, a rental car, or take your own car. And it also calculates the costs. For the railway, it's the exact fare. For the other modes, it's circa fare. For flight, it could also be exact fare if the flight the flight agency provide the data. So you can see the time. You can compare your modes of transport. You can also see your carbon footprint on it. And this has been developed by DEP together with other companies and institutes that are working on public transport and environmental issues. Yeah, that's the conclusion. So what we are already an eco-pioneer. We want to work further on that to extend the positions and make ourselves ready for the future. As we also know, this eco-pioneer issue has a direct impact to the economy, as environmentally not healthy solutions will get more and more expensive, either by taxes or just by the market. We have the ticketing solutions for all transports, not only for German rail, for all modes, and we are integrating more and more, and also offering them to third parties, also to other countries. We have done a lot of research for the future on the customer trends, what is happening in our country, in the countries we are operating in, and working in different ways on the solutions to provide in future. We as DB International, we are the international arm of DB. We are also the front end for the different DB companies, and are happy to support anywhere around the world to find out the best solution, find out the best technology for each case, as it doesn't work just to copy it from Germany or from any other country to a third country. It has to be developed in each country with the input from the best solutions of the world to find an adequate way. Yeah, thank you all. I'm happy to extend our cooperation between Taiwan and Germany, also between TRA. We had a lot of work, talks in the recent times, how we can do more work together. I'm really happy to be here, come back to Taiwan soon, and to extend our cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Giovanazzi, for giving us a very stimulating and impressive speech about several emerging and state-of-the-art railway technology. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, as for this morning, we will not take any questions for the first two keynote speeches. So we would love you